Hello, and welcome to another episode of High Heels to Happy Feels. I'm Natalie,
I'm Stephanie.
and this week we are going to be talking about a fairly hot topic that we have seen a lot of in our travels over the last few weeks. So
Oh
we're
my
going to talk
God.
about capitalism and spirituality.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. Hot topic. And I will say you'll notice that our backgrounds are a little different. That whole travel thing was real, right? We got a lot going on. I'm still in Colorado, so I'm using one of my sister's rooms. Thank you. She's banished to another room so that we can do this without echoing. So, yeah, yes. But yeah, the spirituality thing, it, it's kind of like, I mean, you look at what people spend on money on their pets. Capitalism it's the same type of thing, right? Except your pets are it's like kids and pets, and people are crazy about pets. I know, I am too, but um the spirituality thing, I think you mentioned because we just got back from Arizona and we were at the gem show. And so we know because we bought a lot of things wholesale down there too to put on the site and that type of thing. So we know what things sell for, wholesale wise, and exactly how much markup people are putting things. When I go see a malachite bracelet, standard stretchy 8 millimeter bead malachite bracelet for $80 on somebody's website, I'm like, come on. I love malachite. Do not get me wrong. And they are big beads, but I call bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt, no doubt. And even in conversations like after the gem show, we were searching for a very specific stone. And we were looking at the history because we hadn't had a lot of work with that stone. And there's places selling it for like a palm stone for like 150, $200. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
you find six at another place for 32.
Yeah.
It's it's scary, and I feel kind of sad to be part of an industry that really, like, aren't we here to make everybody feel their soul, feel their purpose, do their thing?
Yep.
And it should be like a cost basis. Like this is what it's charged, and this is just what it is. Because
Right.
sorry, I'm just going off. Sorry.
No, but it's true because I look at anything that we sell and, yes, I mean, I know even some of our courses, which are not tangible physical things that you get from the store, but I think of the amount of hours we put into the work. We're
Right.
basically giving it away. We are basically giving our courses away for the hundreds of hours that go into developing content and and then doing live sessions and so on. And then you look at the products on the page and you go, okay, where am I ordering from, distributing from, shipping and handling, taxes? I mean, we try to incorporate as much as we can. And we're a business. I mean, we have to make something,
Right.
but we are not marking nothing up. Not 50%, not 100%. I'm sick about it because we're just sitting here like, are you kidding me? I mean, we're pricing out our bracelets and we got a bunch of pendulums and some other crystals and some things. And we're thinking, okay, so what are we going to price these at and what we've paid for things historically? And it's amazing to me that it seems like the more people charge, and you and I were talking about this earlier, the more people charge, the more they're getting for it. Like it's all of a sudden that malachite is better than that malachite. And it's like they came from the same gem show. Now, granted, there's thousands and thousands of vendors there. It is an off the charts experience if you've not been. But it's ultimately malachite. And yes, there's different places that malachite can come from, but it's not like it's a 10 carat perfect clarity cut all those jazz C's from a diamond. I don't get it.
Well, and they're not even measured that way. You can't even
You
measure
can't
them that
measure a
way. So like
malachite to a
there's
malachite. No.
no, you can't. So there's no way to like stack the value. And you and I were talking about this because it makes me crazy just societally, like you were talking about the malachite versus the malachite,
Hmm.
but even like courses versus courses. people will go out and look for something specific, and they will typically navigate or whatever,
Mm,
go towards the
yep,
more expensive course or whatever because they think it's better. And then so we've taken a lot of courses over our 30 years, and that is not always the case. And
no,
I think I was kind of disheartened just because this this industry, I always think as we are always trying to do the best for everybody who comes across our path.
right,
We're just trying to help each other out. We're trying to learn and move forward and be a part of each other's community. And um some of the costs and some of the yeah, some of it just surprises me
right.
and kind of breaks my heart a little bit.
Yeah, because you just, I mean, okay, so this is a little off topic because, squirrel number one of our week. And but I was reading something on Reddit, and this is a gal who had she's going through Reiki training. And as a Reiki master teacher, I'm reading her post, and this particular person also sells crystals and stuff. And so sold her one and said, but because you're a student, and gave her this great discount. She posted this stone on this site on Reddit, and we're all looking at this crystal going, oh, girl, oh, what'd you think you were buying? I mean, she got robbed, flat out lied to by a Reiki master teacher. And there's a few,
See, and that's the disheartening
and
part.
there's a few of us posting on there like, I get that you're comfortable with this person, but there is zero ethics there, and that is so not where we are. I mean, I,
Well,
I
you
just
know,
sick to
I
my
think
stomach.
and that's exactly what it is. But I think back to the different mentors we've had across time, and everybody always saying the people who are meant for you are going to radiate to you. Like there's
True.
no small like, and so I get that. And so I want to tell people like you are getting ripped off, but I also don't. Because if that's who you're navigating towards, or that's the same word I
And you
couldn't
know
remember
what?
before.
My advice, it's so funny. We're sisters. I mean, obviously, because the way we respond. I mean, I responded, and I was much kinder and said something like, I'm very disappointed that this is coming from a Reiki master teacher. Um, However, if this is who feel that you need to finish this with, I would recommend finishing whatever level you're on, and then maybe step back and reevaluate and make sure that's the same person you're really comfortable staying with, just knowing what you know. Not sending her to me. I didn't add
Right.
nothing, right? It's not like you put your website or anything like that. I added no details. I don't have Immersive Spirit even tied to my name in terms of unless they go click on me and go find our group and blah, blah, blah. But
They have to hunt it down.
right, they'd have to actually go and look at my profile. So it's it was just a disappointment and a, oh hun, I'm giving you a hug because that is not that's not namaste. That is not the spirit in me sees the spirit. God in me sees God in you. I, I'm like, that's somebody ripping somebody off.
Well, and I think like the main message I want to get to people who maybe have, they're sitting at their job, they're typing away and they're like, this is just not my purpose. And they're just starting this process. I
Mm-hmm.
want to tell you that your purpose and your spirituality actually is $0. Zero.
Zero.
Like the crystals, the herbs, Steph and I use a ton of stuff. Again, we've been doing this for a
And you
really
buy it. And we get it. And
buy
that
it because
part's an
we love
industry.
it and
Yeah.
it means something to us and we put intention into it. But if anybody is like, you have to have this to do this, or you have to do these manifestation, like our manifestation course sold out. And I hope people aren't disappointed
Right.
because it is so broad. It's more like a tool chest and talking through the tools and finding what resonates for each person
Right.
rather than saying, here's the scripts that you have to go by. Let's see how it works for us over the 6 weeks.
Right.
That's not at all what it is.
No. 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 It's huge. It
Yeah.
is so much bigger than that. But yes, but it's the point, right? And like I said, I mean, even though if somebody was to come across our site and go, wow, $134 for manifestation, or is it 134,
And it's
137?
going to go up we're in the inaugural. I just
Yeah,
have to figure out like
yeah. I
well,
mean,
marketing says it should be 1200 and I just cannot swallow that.
I know, I know. When we look at
Don't
marketing numbers, they put
don't
it
think
between
so.
1,000 and 1,200, and we're like,
People,
so, but yes, it's the point of some people will say, oh, that's a lot of money for manifestation. It's like, it's not, it's not manifestation you can do for free. Anybody can sit down and manifest. And whether you visualize it, whether you write it, whatever you do, that's free. This is this
absolutely.
is a different level of, and that's what all courses are. That's what all studies are. It's taking you to the next level beyond the free. I can look up and see the stars, and I can know the placement of the planets, and I can use an app for $10 and say, okay, there's my astrological things. But do you think I learned astrology for free? I mean,
Right.
that takes instruction. It's like a degree in college. It's like anything else. The better you want to get, the more you want to understand. You learn the principles of the thing that you're wanting to focus on. That is not spirituality in a whole. Spirituality in its whole is wake up, kneel beside your bed if you still want to, pray, if you want to, do
Kneel
your
and say feast or all of it.
right,
Whatever
right. Put
resonates.
your hands together in the morning and I mean, whatever that might be, go stand in the sun and just hold your arms out. That's free.
It is absolutely. And I think like when I look at where immersive spirit came from, we've been doing it a long time. And I think like when people engage with us, what they're getting is our years of experience and our, oh my gosh, this doesn't work, but noting what it doesn't work and what does for us. So we
Mm-hmm.
can help others, explain this didn't work for us, but it is an amazing tool. Maybe it'll work for you. And doing those different things and helping people process through
Right.
what we had to go through for 30 years in a limited amount of time. Not that that accelerates anybody, but
No, no,
it's
but
just
it
sharing.
exactly. And it's just, but it's to what we do, which is there is no right or wrong. You
Right.
find where your heart is happy. And if your heart is happy paying $1,000 for something instead of 100, then go forth and be happy, right? But know that that's not required. And um, yeah, I guess that's a whole big and but with our teaching and just the way we mentor, we teach everything. Number one, it's with a lot of sarcasm because, well, have we met? And number two, it's yes, it may not have worked for us, but we will absolutely get you as much detail about that if we don't know it. Or if there are things that we've tried and said, they didn't work for us, but we are totally happy to delve into it with you, or we know a person. That's what a spiritual community is, right? Is it's not saying we're not sharing. We're not going to give you our people and, boxes up and oh my gosh. And I'm sorry, it's not high school and this isn't a cat fight. And when you start getting into those and start feeling those things, you have to bless and release and say, I love you and I'm letting you go because this is a different path and that's not where we're headed. And I
And I
spiraled a little bit, but you get my point.
no, totally get your point. Um, and then there's a lot of great points. And I think like that's why our content is so big. And every time we look at something, we're like, oh my God. But that's because we aren't saying one right way. So we're not like, this is what you do with this. And so we teach all of these different things, which a lot of programs that I've been in don't do that.
Right. Right.
They teach you their method or their program or whatever certificate you're getting. Even in astrology, that's
Yeah,
a
it's
little
very focused.
but it's
Mhm.
but it's prescriptive that way.
It is
Yeah.
because you're centered on a particular type of astrology. And when you're working with other, and so many great spiritual ones, we've had some amazing mentors. I mean, our most recent mentor, she was amazing, and is amazing. And we're still on her site and we still support her and she supports us. And that's how it should be. That you're
Exactly.
standing each other up, right? So that when you are going through those, you're like, it's all encompassing of spirituality, not um the DNA practice is the only way to do things if you don't do it my way and follow these instructions, or you miss one course or whatever, you're gonna have to start over. And there's what, blech, yuck, yuck.
Right.
I mean, even today I put a poll out on our site because I'm like, "Ooh, we want your feedback. What works better? Do you like this better or do you like this better?" Because that's what it's supposed to be about. Are you teaching because you want to pontificate and because you want to make a lot of money, or are you teaching because of the reward of seeing people succeed?
Well, and
And
that's ultimately we want everybody to live their soul life, to be happy, to wake up
yes.
in the morning and be excited about where we are, what we're doing, what we're here to do.
Hmm.
And if we can add to that smile,
Oh,
yeah,
all day
but the,
long.
the problem is the capitalist theory about it is that the $1,000 course is going to be more valuable. And
Right,
that's because that's how we're raised in our society. This must be more, I must get more from this because it costs more.
right.
And I don't know what to do about that, but I am never gonna, well, I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna charge anything that much because I don't know.
Some of our content is worth that much. I'm sorry, but some of it is, and we are way undercharging.
Probably,
And
and
I
probably,
know we'll eventually be able to get our heads out of our rump to say, okay, be realistic. We really did spend 200 hours, 100 hours, whatever, developing this, and it
right.
really is that good, and quit giving it away. But
Maybe.
that's a reflection of us because our business is newer. We've been at it for 30 years. We know what we know. We think so many people just know it automatically. And so we don't think it's as valuable, and we underestimate ourselves in that way. We
It's
don't,
not that I don't think it's valuable. I just want everybody to have it.
well, there's that too. We want everybody to have access.
Yeah, I think access is that's a heart point for me.
Yeah.
And I think, um, there's a lot of that you'll also see a lot of sites out there that say this is worth $1,800 and you get 60% off today if you sign up. Um, what? Like
Yeah.
I,
What's it
I,
really worth? Is it always
I'm
worth
tired of the
60%
deals and
off?
the steals and the scammy part of
Right.
spirituality when really it's $0. It's what you feel and
It's
yeah.
basically what workbook looks prettiest for you that you're going to focus on that's going to get you the most involved and in touch. Who is it that resonates with you the most so that when, if it's a couple of sarcastic sisters, if it's, you know, whoever it might be in another country, if that's the person that you resonate with, that you go, "Ooh, I get it." And they
I
get,
like communicating with them. I like the
yes,
way
I like having conversations. I
right.
like the way we flow. I like the way
I like
we
their
talk.
workshops that are free or like
Then yay.
whatever. You're
That's
right.
the whole connection is right there. It's just, it's the other part of it. I don't like the gouging. I don't love it.
I don't either. And it makes me,
And
yeah.
it
True
speaks
spirituality
to,
doesn't have a price tag, folks. Yeah, just
yeah, it
keep that.
doesn't. No. No, just because it's a Kmart price doesn't mean it's not Nordstrom value. So it's
Step back out of your head, out of the things that we were programmed to believe, and look and feel what you should be doing.
right.
Don't jump in because this costs 1,200 and it's on sale for $15 or yeah. I
And
mean,
yeah, and it goes to the point of, you do have to do your research. It's just like anything else. If you're going to pay for something, you should know a little bit about what you're paying for, and you should know about the person you're paying. Um, you just
yeah,
should.
that's just and it slows you down if you stop and do the research. Then okay, because there's a lot of quick fixes out there too. If you use this manifesting journey, if you use this crystal, if you use this herb, if you use this, there is really no quick fix because folks, it's all about your intention.
Right.
When you're doing that research, you really find out what that crystal means in like Native
Cultures.
America
Right.
and in Buddhism and like what is its actual vibration frequency and what does that mean on a scientific scale? And when you touch it, how does it make you feel?
Right.
Because I don't care if it's a diamond or I don't care if it's a clear crystal quartz. If you feel better holding the clear crystal quartz, guess what's worth more value to you?
Exactly. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. What raises your vibrations?
Yeah. What
Yeah.
makes you feel that way? What's your protective stone?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. There's no quick fix either out there.
What is mine today? Kunzite
Quinzite.
and quartz, crystal quartz, because that's me thing. Yep.
I'm sure I have my fluoride on. Yeah, I've got my fluoride on.
Yep. And I love my fluorite, but that's on my pendulum. But yes, but it's things that mean something to us. And I have always loved crystals. You have always loved crystals. I love herbs. I love my multiple decks of tarot and oracle cards. I just love using different things. I'm grateful for the corporate job that allowed me to be able to buy those, and that's great. But am I still going to go and not buy those cards? I mean, if I see them for $50 here and for $25 there, and it's the same deck, uh, $25, please. Thank you very much. I mean, hello. So not all content's the same. It's not what I'm saying here, and not all crystals are the
Right.
same.
No,
Not all
no,
of that. Everything's got differences, and you do have to do your homework. You have to.
you do. And you
But
do.
it's the
We do
point of
our
just being,
homework.
but it's being a good consumer, and it sucks that you got to be a consumer, a good consumer mentality in a spiritual market. That's the part, I guess, that boggles my little brain, is that you have to think like you're shopping when you're doing spiritual work, if you're purchasing something, because you're,
And somebody will always take advantage, no matter where you're at. Somebody's always out there that's going to take advantage.
yes, yes. Well, we're in a capitalist society, and so people are starting things to make money. I'm sorry, but there's several very well paid Christian pastors, preachers, and so on that make gazillions of dollars per year and have no problem filling their stadium on Sundays. Yeah, you. As long as you're preaching a message that
And
is
for those that
resonating for the
resonate with
people
them,
that go, and those people love, and they have found it, and it's like, this is my people, this is my community. But don't just go to something
right?
because it's that person's popularity. You know what I mean? It's, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. Yeah.
No, that makes total sense because
Yeah,
ultimately you need to follow your intuition.
you do. You do. And I guess, I don't know, just kind of wrapping it, staying authentic, right?
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
And invest in your knowledge, not the products. And I mean, maybe that's your knowledge of products. Maybe if you're looking for some, like we said, do your homework, invest in
Hmm.
yourself.
Yes. And I know Nat had already said it, but trust your gut. Trust your intuition. You know, this gal posting out there about the stone, when she asked in her first question about the picture, is this really worth what I paid for it? You posted it, you know the answer.
And that's exactly right. And I think, I don't know, we're just going to need to keep putting free content out for people to understand their intuition and understanding that it's okay to go ahead and believe in yourself because that's,
But
yeah,
it's so bizarre that our free content, it's like all this free stuff gets no clicks. I mean, it gets, and I get it, social media be what it is, right? I mean, we came
right.
to the
We're
party
not
late
clickbait.
in terms of immersive spirit and blah, blah, blah. Um, but we've been on it as people for a very long time. Clearly, we're not 10. Um,
It's
but it's
reaching the
back,
right people.
but it's back to the free thing, right? No one,
Yeah.
no one absorbs unless there's like okay, an example. My the one part of the one that we were working on, so that I did the presentations on the spirit guide communications on Fridays, and I did the last one yesterday, and the last one I did yesterday was like a rolling deck of information and slides, and or not slides, but different pictures and a cover, and did it with an AI generated just because I was wiped out, but it was my talk track, it's just put into AI with our assistant. We've named her Shelby, by the way. So if anybody sees Shelby floating around, that's one of our Little
She's all
AI
right, guys.
assistants. Yay, because she's fun.
Create it, and we just can't talk anymore, so we put it through
Right,
Shelby.
right. We create it, or like if a course is an hour, hour and a half long video content with it, and it's like, okay, they're gonna die when it going. So, anyway, um, to that end, that's gotten more clicks than my live ones, and I'm like, well, I know I'm not Christy Brinkley dating back or whatever, but
Don't
you
feel
kind of
bad.
go,
Feel bad.
but it's pretty factor. It's again, it's the POW. Think about it.
Yeah.
It's Nordstrom's got the big lights and the piano player in the center and all of these really, or I guess I'm thinking of Neiman Marcus, but they've got all this beauty in this store and it's glorious. And you go into Kmart and there's flashing, well, Kmart when it existed, the
Blue light,
flashing blue lights and the things like that. You're going, God, the circus is in town. Okay, but it's the
right?
same theory. Shiny baubles,
Yeah,
you
because
know?
it sells, and I'm just angry that in this industry it's like that.
I know.
That's all.
This is the one place that it's.
It's supposed to be better because we're supposed to be
But you know
about
what? We should have known that. I mean, I just mentioned Christianity and the whole, we should know just based on the last 100 years of what we've seen happen in that industry. Um, I guess we would just say, don't be that guy. Don't think of spirituality as a fad to jump on, as something that you have to, it's not a cult. It's not a, um, it's not something that you have to join. It's your space. It's your time.
personal. Yep. That's a
Mhm.
very good point. Yep.
Yeah, it's personal. Yeah, short and sweet tonight, dude. And we're late, but I'll get it out tonight.
And
I
on to
will.
the
I'm on it. I'm on it. So by all of you for Sunday morning or evening in our Australia locations, you'll have it. And for Mr. B, this is for you because we know your beautiful lady is checking us out during what you affectionately refer to as Sunday Mass, and we love you for that. Thank you.
absolutely, and stay true, stay you.
Stay true, stay you. Keep following your compass, people. We love that one. You're going to see it more often. Stay true, stay you. All
Yep.
right. So, from Immersive Spirit, Natalie mentioned our manifestation classes sold out this first round. We do have the framework of living your soul just dropped, which is 6 weeks of it's shorter bursts of what we're putting together for an annual group for mentoring. But it's a very short and amazingly packed full information of there's some
All
magic,
kinds
there's
of
some
prayer.
manifesting,
Yeah.
there's some intuition building, there's discussing your clairs, your auras, your
It's huge. Don't go through it all. It's a huge amount in 6 weeks. Like
in
if
six
you make
weeks.
it in 6 weeks, if you actually achieve it in 6 weeks, you
Good
will
on
be
you.
working a lot
Yeah. Good luck.
every week. Good on you.
Yep, good on you, because some of those workbooks are pretty damn big. But yep, good times. But it's awesome, and we are super proud of it, and that's just out there. And if you're checking this out in the morning, first thing, our remote viewing workshop is tomorrow, Sunday, the 16th at 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So if you have not registered for that event, we've got some really, every month we do a different tool or way of using remote viewing or doing our psychic development workshops. And this month we are really jacked, and it's actually going to carry over into next month just because of the way we've got this set up. So if you are able to join our event tomorrow, make sure to go to events and register for that one. And I think, oh, and
That's
group Reiki. And what's that?
time-based anchor, time-based and anchors is what we're
Time-based
doing
and
this month.
anchors. Yes, that's going to be awesome. And then the group Reiki session is next Saturday. So if you're interested in a big group Reiki, it's only an hour. It's short, powerful, and it is limited in enrollment. So I know we're getting close, but yeah, everything's on our website, immersivespirit.com. We can ramble forever about that stuff too. Um, And I think that's it for now. So I'm Stephanie. Oh, what?
We should note though that um, we do have 15-minute free consultations too. So if you're one of those people out there searching for spirituality or kind of thinking
Oh,
you
yeah.
resonate with us or whatever, you don't have to pay us off the top to see if you actually do resonate with us. You can
Yes,
schedule minute consultations and we'll sit down and chat. And if we vibe, we vibe. And I think it's a great way to give people choices.
I agree. And you can go to our services page for that. You do need to scroll down just because it is not a standard one that people click on all the time. But that free consultation is there. We normally yammer on a lot longer than 15 minutes, but it's a good opportunity to get to know us and decide. And you can decide if you want to talk to me, Stephanie, or to
Hey, Natalie.
yeah, there we go. From Immersive Spirit. And with that, we'll call it a day. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week. From high heels to happy feels. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye bye.